Good afternoon, I am Mr. Ish. Thank you for joining me for this video. Imagine if we were to ask you to evaluate this very simple definite integral e to the x 0 to 1. You know the antiderivative is just e to the x, you're doing upper and lower limit, and your outcome would be 1.71828, which is very easy. Imagine if we were to ask you to integrate this, but without using your basic technique, but you can use the Maclaurin series template, and you could. There are many integrands out there for which there's no clear antiderivative, and this is another route. You have to use Taylor series or Maclaurin series to evaluate and then integrate. Look at the Maclaurin series. You know the template is this. For a given function, you're looking at this. The nth order with the 0 coming in, x to the power of n divided by n factorial, because here in the Taylor series you'd be looking at f to the n, you would have an a, then you'd have x minus a to the power of n divided by n factorial. See the difference between the two. In the Maclaurin series you're centering it around 0, in the Taylor series you're centering it around a. This right here is the template you'd use. It would essentially convert your function into a power series, and then you could easily integrate that. And let me show you. The any order derivative of e to the x is always equal to e to the x, and then when you look at it under Maclaurin series, you're putting 0 here in place of e to the x, you're always getting 1. Now look at your function in terms of Maclaurin series and what it becomes. Based on this template, you're going to have always 1 times x to the first item is 0 over 0 factorial plus 1 times x to the 1 over 1 factorial plus 1 times x squared over 2 factorial plus 1 times x cubed over 3 factorial, and I'll add 2 more, plus 1 times x to the 4 over 4 factorial, and lastly 1 times x to the 5 over 5 factorial, on and on. But all of these ones are coming here from this, the nth order derivative always receiving the value of 0, which is always equal to 1. But the rest is the remainder part of the template, x to the n divided by n factorial. And this right here is your Maclaurin series expansion of e to the x. Now what you would do for in the integral part, you're looking at 0 to 1, you would integrate all of this right here. Look at it, you have coming from here 1, here you have an x, here you have an x squared over 2 factorial, here you have x cubed over 3 factorial, and likewise x to the 4 over 4 factorial plus x to the 5 over 5 factorial, on and on and on, and dx. But these are all polynomials. You can use your basic template for polynomial, x to the n plus 1 over n plus 1. When you integrate this one will become an x, this here will become an x squared over 2, this here will become x cubed over 3 times 2 factorial, which is just a 2, this here will become x to the 4 over 4 times 3 factorial, which is a 6, plus x to the 5 over 5 times 24, and now you're getting the idea, plus x to the 6 over 6 times 120, on and on. And then you would put a 1 and you'd put a 0 into these. But let's clean it out before we do our computation. We just have to put 1. Putting in 0 is meaningless. 3 times 2, that's a 6. 4 times 6, that's a 24. 5 times 24, that's 120. 6 times 120, well, that's an easy 720. Now just put 1s in place of all of this. What are you really doing? 1 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 over 6 plus 1 over 24 plus 1 over 120 plus 1 over 720. You can express all of this as a limit. Limit as n were to approach infinity. This entire answer, which I'm just putting as like a little box, would equal exactly right here, e minus 1. And that's exactly what it would be. You can compute all of this and you will see all of this will equal to e minus 1. Let's just do the rough computation. 1 plus 1 divided by 2 plus 1 divided by 6 plus 1 divided by 24 plus 1 divided by 120, and lastly plus 1 divided by 720. It's tending towards 1.71828. All of this, as you go up to infinity, all of this will tend towards e minus 1. And your integral, definite integral, will have been evaluated, but using Maclaurin series centered around 0. And this is just another route you have for doing definite integration procedure, especially if there was a function here for which there is no antiderivative. You can do this route as well. Obviously here we have a function which has an antiderivative, but if your question was something like e to the minus x squared, there's no way you can integrate this because there's no antiderivative available for this, especially 0 to 1. But you could do it by means of this technique and you could get a value for your question. Have a good day. Thank you for joining me.